Well, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy does expect the House Ethics Committee to move pretty quickly in its investigation into embattled Representative George Santos. All of it coming, though, as Democrats are taking things up a notch. They're now moving to force a vote to expel him altogether from Congress.
Political correspondent Kevin Cirilli is reporting live at the Capitol with more on what's going on there. Kevin?
Well, this story's moving quickly. We're expecting this hour to hear from Congressman George Santos, the embattled Republican New York congressman who has been indicted by the Justice Department last week. It comes, as I'm told by a source very close to the congressman as well as to Republican leadership, that House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is essentially, by all accounts, ready to throw up his hands in the air and is increasingly frustrated at Congressman Santos and just the oxygen in the room that he's taking away from key issues that Speaker McCarthy has to negotiate on. Of course, I'm thinking of the debt ceiling. Of course, I'm thinking of the Defense Authorization Act. And so the idea that this sideshow has become an even larger show and a distraction for the Republican conference, which, by the way, only has a razor-thin majority in the House of Representatives, is why you're seeing Speaker McCarthy now telling aides as well as colleagues that he wants the investigation in the House of Representatives to move faster, to come to their conclusion a lot faster. And I'm told by this senior source that that's being interpreted as he's ready to perhaps even go further than he has in the past in distancing himself from Congressman Santos. Now, the question becomes, can Congressman Santos try to pull a Marjorie Taylor Greene, someone who I'm told he's looked up to in the past several months and trying to fundraise off of this controversy? The source that I spoke with said that that's a long shot, that that's not something that has materialized, and that donors are very skeptical that he would be able to turn himself into the kind of firebrand, progressive or conservative, akin to like an Ilhan Omar, who would be able to fundraise off of this. That just hasn't proved the point. The bottom line, Speaker McCarthy starting to severely distance himself from Congressman Santos, I'm told, and is waiting for that investigation to come out following that indictment. The final point here is that Democrats have moved a motion to expel Congressman Santos. That could happen as early as this afternoon.
All right, Kevin, thank you for that report. With that, we want to go live now to a press conference that some Democratic lawmakers are holding right now about the future of George Santos. Let's listen in.
His unethical behavior has been shown to light, and we've seen even more of it. We know that the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York indicted Representative Santos on 13 federal charges, 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 2 counts of materially false statements, and 1 count of theft of public funds. And if that wasn't enough, Representative Santos actually confessed to theft and fraud in Brazil. Just last week, he confessed to using a fake name in a stolen checkbook, and that small businessman was robbed, of course, and was forced to pay out of pocket. And to settle the criminal charge, Representative Santos has agreed to make payment to avoid further prosecution, criminal prosecution. So he's already admitted to lying and defrauding. He is an embarrassment to the House and to the country. People want better from us, and they want honest and ethical government. We know that in this House, we receive classified briefings, and George Santos should not have access to our country's most guarded secrets. Now, last week, the House voted on legislation regarding unemployment fraud, and he voted for it while standing accused of unemployment fraud. It's a time to restore this body to what it should be, a beacon of democracy, freedom, and truth. Remember, we all filed, this group, the resolution 3 months ago, even before this last group of charges. Now, with power comes great responsibility, and the representative from New York has clearly no interest in the public good. And we should not refer this matter to the Ethics Committee. This resolution is already there. Now, every Republican should stand up and join us to defend this body and expel George Santos. And with that, I'd like to yield over to my time and give Representative Dan Goldman a chance to say some remarks.
Thank you, Congressman Garcia, and thank you for leading this effort that is...
All right, Democrats, they're laying out their case as to why they feel George Santos should be literally expelled from the U.S. House for a series of lies and or misleading statements about his professional and personal life. We'll see.
And they're pointing out that this was something put into motion before formal charges were filed. Now he is officially charged with federal crime. So they're hoping that Republicans get on board.
And McCarthy, reportedly, as you heard Kevin say, growing impatient. Maybe this is heading somewhere. We will see.